Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and for this one, I'm really trying to use some of the 12 by 12s I had left over from the first time I had this collection. Any of these papers I didn't get around to using the first time I did my How to Kill a Kit with Style with this collection. I want to use first this time around, at least one of them, so I'm not left with a bunch of the same paper at the end. So that would be this kind of grid floral here that you see, and then the polka dot copper polka dot. This layout, I went straight for these papers because I'm like, right, you need to use these so they're not left over last time. And I don't know if using them on the same layout was wise. It kind of like, I don't know. I was on a Zoom scrapbooky thing. So the Secret Kit Club, we have Zoom meetings twice a week. And I've never done them before. I've never done Zoom. I've never had to do Zoom during the whole COVID thing. So it was new for me, but I figured, you know what? I'm not doing anything tonight. There's a Zoom thing. Maybe I'll just pop on and hang out with the people on there. And it was a lot of fun, but I was also very distracted while I was making this layout. So I was trying to just do things I normally do. I thought maybe, this kind of floral grid was very busy, so I would use it just as a border, which again, I think that looks cool, but for some reason I use this polka dot metallic as my background and instantly regretted it. So you can see here, I matted the two photos in white and then stacked them together on this green floral. I'm trying to stick in the green and white and copper color scheme for this one. But I get kind of stuck because there is a very busy metallic polka dot as my background. So I was leaning on the girls on Zoom for a while trying to figure out how I could figure it up. But I got stuck on this layout many times, being like, why did you use this polka dot as your background? But I figured if I could just cover up more of it, it wouldn't be as busy. And so that's what my goal was. I'm just trying to pull in other papers, other scraps that I'm already like in the color scheme of, and just try to pile things on to make it look better. I had a scrap of this leafy paper, so I just fussy cut the leaves and had them coming out of the left side of the page here, which I really like. So I'm thinking I'm going to branch out to the left of these photos with a little embellishment, kind of like I did on the first page I had from this collection. This is page number 2 of this month. And then I already had this fussy cut circle that says, now and then it's good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy. These photos are from my 29th birthday last year, so I thought it was appropriate. I don't know, it was in the color scheme. I thought it worked, so that's just what I'm rolling with. And I'm thinking that could kind of cover up that open corner up there of the polka dot to the upper left part of the page. So I'm thinking if I just cover up enough of it, it'll look okay. I like how these photos are overlapping the polka dot running onto the border to the right here. I think that's kind of cool and really helps break up that copper polka dot as opposed to having it run all the way around the page. Definitely like how this leaf looks here, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. I think that looks cool coming out of the side. And then I just want to build a little bit from there. So yeah, I got stuck a little bit though. I kept holding up my layout to the other ladies on Zoom and be like, what did I do? I don't know why I did this. I'm going through the sticker sheet trying to figure out something I can add. Nothing on there seemed to really help. I went through my scraps and I found this scrap of one of the copper and pink stripe papers, and there isn't any yellow on this particular scrap. There is on that pattern paper, but it's in my color scheme trying to stick with this white, gold, green, and pink color scheme. So I figured I could cut that into a banner, and having that stripe would kind of break up these dots a little bit, and I would cut that into a banner coming out from behind these leaves because I definitely needed to cover up the bottom of the leaves since it kind of ended abruptly. Because I ran to the edge of the paper when I fussy cut those leaves. But I thought that was a nice place for the leaves to kind of sit and come out from. It kind of broke up the polka dots by having this stripe coming out from the side. So I'm liking it a little better now that I'm kind of covering things up. So I'm going to go ahead and get that glued down. But yeah, this layout didn't take too long. It was just kind of me staring at it. Like, why did I decide to put these papers together? And in the end, I'm glad I did. Because like I said, I had these papers left over from last time I used this collection. And I didn't want them left over again. So I'm glad I got a page of them used up like immediately, but yeah, working on top of this polka dot was not the easiest thing for me. uh, but now that I'm kind of creating this cluster down here and filling out some space, I decided to tuck a doily back there, add some white in and some texture, and cover up more of this polka dot. And I'm kind of thinking I'll just have my title or an embellishment or something kind of sitting at the central point where the leaves, the doily, and the stripe kind of come together. I do really like this circular quote here at the top. I feel like that covers up a good bit of the polka dot and kind of branches out from the cluster that's on the bottom right side of the page with these photos and everything. I did want it to have a little bit of dimension just so it kind of was stood up a little bit and grabbed your eye. And I'm still out of my foam dimensional dots, so I'm going to mat this a couple times. I'm going to have some black paper just sitting behind it. Like I think 3 different layers of black I did just so it stood up a little bit from the page. But I think that was kind of nice too. And I like that it was a circle because it played off of the circles, but it was a big enough piece to where it really broke up the space, which was nice. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue all of this down. I did gut the middle portion of this floral grid that is my frame. But I am not gutting this gold polka dot because I feel like I had a harder time using it last time. And I'm not going to bother saving it if it's a harder paper for me to work with anyways. I have the strips that I trimmed off from matting this on this frame that I will try and use, but I didn't want any more scraps of this paper. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue all of this stuff down. But it turns out it's a pretty easy design, and I feel like I ended up covering up enough to where it's interesting having the polka dots in the background as opposed to just like crazy. So yeah, I think it turned out okay eventually. I'm trying to look, that's my little challenge sheet from the Secret Kit Club. I was trying to remember what challenge I was doing this for to make sure I got the requirements for it. But got all of that glued down, and I'm just trying to figure out how to finish off this page. I definitely want something else down here in this doily cluster. I'm thinking I might do my title. I do have some leftover thickers from this collection. I forgot to show you during the layout share. Or kit share. There's hardly any left. It's a pretty much dead thicker sheet, but I couldn't throw it away. So there are some numbers on it still, and since this is a birthday page, I figured I could do my birthday and get them used up that way, so you'll see that in a minute. I'm writing down here the girls' names that were helping me just so I could mention them from Zoom. So thank you, Dana, Janet, Kim, and Amy for helping me with this layout. I really appreciate it. They made me feel a lot better about it at the end, because even when I finished, I was like, guys, like, is there anything else I can do to help this mess? And they made me feel good about my layout, so I really appreciate that. I was able to call it done because I would have been staring at it for another couple hours probably if they weren't there. But I just added a little hashtag or number 29 because it's my 29th birthday, and I put that over there, and I like how that kind of gives you a little focal point with this whole cluster. And then I decided just to pull in a couple of these nice hunter green enamel dots in a couple areas just to create another visual triangle, and to add a little bit of texture. I love this emerald green in this collection. I love it. So I liked having this little pop. Again, I like that the enamel dots kind of replicated the circles, but in a different way and in a different color, just so it kind of helped break it up a little bit more. And then I did actually get one sticker from the sticker sheet. There's a white one that said Simple Pleasures, and I wanted a third area to have my enamel dots, so I'm creating a little mini visual triangle by having them on this photo over here. But I think the close-ups will be here in a minute. This is where I called it good. I didn't know what else to do. But it was interesting. So this is one of those layouts where like I'm glad I got it done, but it's definitely different for me. And different for this collection. It's different than how I've used it before. But here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.